Part one, we're going to talk about two muscles in particular. So we're going to talk about deep lying muscles of the spine. I will link in more about the lower back and other muscles of the lower back, but the main focus of this episode is all about the deep lying muscles of the lower spine, because it's that is getting taken out of context. Well, the low back and how it works has been taken out of context as a general rule, but these two muscles in particular, which is multifidus and interspinalis. So these are deep lying muscles of the spine. They are sort of intricate muscles of the spine that people are saying are movement muscles, and we need to train them using flexion and extension in a back extension, for example. Now, that's what I want to say is false. That's not how you train those muscles. So first of all, to try and answer the question of how do we train those muscles, first of all, we're going to look at what are these muscles and where are they. So if we take multifidus to start with, multifidus goes all the way up the spine. So from the base of the spine to the base of the to the top of the spine, the base of the skull. Now, there's an assumption that it's one whole muscle. That's the sort of the first incorrect part. But it's a group. Let's just call it a group of muscles. Now, multifidus goes from vertebra to vertebra. So it's a small muscle that goes from L5 to L4, and then L4 to L3, and then L3 to L2, L2 to L1, and that continues all the way up the spine. So it runs from vertebra to vertebra. Now, if we take interspinalis, that goes from what's known as process to process. So where you've got the vertebral body, so if you're looking down on the vertebra, you've got that big round barrel looking part of the vertebra. That's known obviously as the vertebral body. Then you've got the sort of the three sort of spiky bits that come off the back. They're known as processes. You've got transverse process, and then you've got the main process at the back. Interspinalis goes between the processes, and then you've got rotaries which go in a diagonal direction. Now, what do these muscles do? Well, what I'm going to talk about are their primary roles first. So the first primary role is postural adjustment. So these are not gross movements. These are very fine movements. Because that leads on to point number 2, which is proprioceptive feedback. And proprioceptive feedback is just sending information to the central nervous system. So the spine, the spinal cord and the brain. So what the body is doing is it's reading where the spine is, and it's these muscles that are telling it where to go. And these very fine postural adjustments. Now, when I say fine movements, I'm not talking about sort of slouched and into extended. What I'm talking about is very fine vertebral adjustments of the spine and the stability between vertebra. So the next one is counteracting flexion forces is another one. So that is if the spine gets too flexed, it starts to go into contraction. So there's a degree of counteracting flexion there. And then the fourth one, which is the least of these roles, is extension movements. Now, why extension movements? The main muscles for extension will be longissimus and iliocostalis. Now, that's not their prime role either, but they do more extension than multifidus and interspinalis. And these muscles aren't even, that's not their primary role. So if the primary role isn't in longissimus and iliocostalis, it's certainly not going to be in these much more finer, smaller muscles with finer movement. So we have to start looking at what these muscles do in a little bit more specific detail. So what we're going to do in part 2, we'll start to look at how we go about training these muscles because we know they aren't movement muscles. So we're going to add more onto that, and we're going to start talking about how we go about training them.